your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
It is your right.
In my family, we strive to be responsible in order to ensure the well-being of our family. In the same way, I encourage my family to vote because it's their responsibility to do so as citizens.
That's right. It is our responsibility to elect our leaders without influence from our families or anyone else.
You have the right to vote. Use it.
We will vote. Will you?
Vote in the presidential election on the 20th of January 2015, starting from 06 hours to 18 hours. Carry your voters and green national registration card to be able to vote. The Electoral Commission of Zambia. Your vote, your right, your voice. Support peaceful elections.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955-0966 or 977-844-141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Your jungle.
Hello, and you are most welcome to Prime Television's main news. To present it, my name is Abigail Mtale. The headlines. Workers at Tiger Feed protest demanding better conditions of service. ECZ warns of prematurely ending election campaigns should political violence persist. Presidential ballot papers to arrive in Zambia tonight around 21 hours local time. In international news, Boko Haram kills hundreds in Nigeria raids. For these plus many more stories, join us shortly after this break. And now the news in detail. Workers at Tiger Animal Feeds in Lusaka Friday morning down tools demanding for improved conditions of services. The workers are also demanding the removal of some senior company officials whom they have accused of being heartless. But by press time, around 09:45 hours, the company had given the workers up to 11 hours to enter the company premises or count themselves fired, an order which the workers defied. Here is the report.
Workers from Tiger Feeds Limited in the heavy industrial area in Lusaka have down tools demanding for the removal of management at the company. The workers have since blocked the entrance to the company, saying they will not leave the place till their demands are heard by management. The workers say management has now changed their stance on the minimum wage since the death of the Republican president, Michael Sata. They have claimed to say management has since failed to pay each worker according to their pay and gratuities that they are entitled to.
Abantu batijakiri former manager production abantu bachita over so what country no bayirulinga kwati since Zambian always Zambian bali banalemera kuli bazungu too much corrupt banaona tufakira minimum wage patata pane banafa basata na manje kwa 2012 na manje sikwera chepa moza pamozi ngamwaka mbako ni kuyenda company no graduate no benefits no condition of service taparibi manje tizasenza bwanji zasunga bwanji bana batu nsema Zambians so tipempa ba government babo batanzeko kwani bali aliyensa bwere
ni chapwa mama ndizona bomba 17 years 3 months but baranda imabebe stakulu kwasenda so if you ndanda banda to so bali interview so ngabana abantu bakaye mu street.
So now what we are just asking for the government, please to fall under this. Please let the government help us. We are all human beings, we are just Zambians. Please let them stay here because we are only one. So that's the only thing that I can say because it's a very big company which it can't fail to pay people enough money of which everyone can get.
In an attempt for them to get management to heed to their cause, they blocked any truck coming in to offload and turning them away from entering the premises. Efforts to get a comment from management, the company public relations manager refused to comment, saying only the MD can give a statement on the matter.
Meeting just now, and my colleague, the chief operating officer of the company, will come and address you. He's the one allowed to speak to the press. I've just informed them about your presence here, and he will be here to speak with you. My duty as of now is to find out what exact is their demands and take it on from there.
The workers have since been told to return to work by management or risk losing their jobs, but they have vowed not to return to work till their grievances are met. Gwen Mwila reporting for Prime TV News in Lusaka.
The Japanese government has signed a 3.8 million kwacha grant with the Association of Aid and Relief Japan aimed at boosting HIV-related projects in the country. The projects, which will mainly focus on the establishment of sustainable framework for the provision of antiretroviral therapy acts, will be implemented in Kafue, Mwembeshi and Shilanga. Japanese ambassador to Zambia, Kiyoshi Koinuma, signed on behalf of his government will. AAR was represented by its acting country representative, Ryota Hirama. Mr. Koinuma explains that the grant for the upgrade of centers within Mounts Makulu, Nangongwe and Mwembeshi Health Center, as well as improvement of data management for HIV and AIDS patients. And Mr. Hirama thanked the government of Japan for the grant, saying it will greatly help in HIV and AIDS programs which his association has been involved in for the past 3 years.
Today, the government of Japan will provide a grant amounting to $602,517 United States dollars. It's approximately 3.8 million Zambian kwacha to AAR Japan. The purpose of the grant is to enable the continued progress of the implementation of the HIV/AIDS project in Kakue district as it commences its third and final phase.
AR Japan has operated in the field of emergency assistance, the assistance to the persons with disabilities, mine action, as well as the community-based HIV/AIDS project in more than 60 countries and areas. At the moment, it is implementing projects in 15 countries around the world.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, has warned that it will be forced to prematurely end the campaign period before the scheduled date of 19th January 2015 should political violence continue. In a media statement to Prime TV News, ECZ Public Relations Manager Crispin Akufuna says the Commission is deeply concerned with the violent behavior being exhibited by participating political parties. Mr. Akufuna has since announced that it will soon be inviting all participating political parties, civil society organizations, and the church to chart the way forward. Mr. Akufuna has meanwhile called on the Zambia police to bring to book all those perpetuating violence than shielding them. The Commission has, in another development, condemned in the strongest terms traditional leaders openly endorsing their preferred candidates. The Commission states that this will exert undue influence on their subjects. United Party for National Development, UPND leader Hakainde Hichilema on Friday took time to tour some selected compound in Lusaka. Mr. Hichilema and his entourage started by touring the Central Business District before going to Chivolya compound and connected into Kanyama compound. He later went to George compound and Matera compounds, respectively. As Mr. Hichilema passed through, several people just thought to have a grasp of him, while others could only afford a wave. On his way, some youths kept shouting slogans of "We want peace," "Abash Pangas," and tribalism. You are watching Prime Television's main news bulletin with me, Abigail Mtali. A reminder of the top stories as we take a commercial break. Workers at Tiger Feed protest demanding better conditions of service. ECZ warns of prematurely ending election campaigns should political violence persist. Presidential ballot papers to arrive in Zambia tonight around 21 hours local time. Stay tuned.
Opening of new districts and the opening of roads and canals in Western Province is intended to make production cheaper. Amalizing after Mumishi, it means in the Nakaragaya, Wangwang, Gumishi, no Shiabashi, Yangolepo, Bunga,
Yeah, madam, nisiriza manze.
No problem, it's very busy here.
Yeah, your sister, pamangala busy. Since you are nakuziwa kapena nzaka vote kwa ma presidential elections.
Huh? Don't tell me. You can't afford to miss out on your right to vote. Elections are a time for you to choose a leader of your choice.
Your boy, Susie, but voting is important.
You need to vote if you want to put a leader of your choice in power.
Oh, okay. But vamene makamba vapanga sense. Anyway, since voting doesn't maningi time, your car is ready.
Zikomo, the car looks great. I'll bring it here again for another wash.
No problem. As long as it is not on 20th January, because I'll be voting.
Vote in the presidential election on the 20th of January 2015, starting from 06 hours to 18 hours. Carry your voters and green national registration card to be able to vote. The Electoral Commission of Zambia. Your vote, your right, your voice. Support peaceful elections.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in our newsrooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
What's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Welcome back. We now continue with the news. The United Church of Zambia says it will remain committed to working closely with government in fostering development in the country. Speaking during the official opening of the inauguration ceremony of the 50 years of UCZ existence, Synod Bishop Mutale Mulumbwa says the historical celebrations of the church are there as a reflection to show of what the church has been able to contribute in the community. He says the general membership of the church has since grown from when it was first established. And Lusaka Mayor and Chawama Constituency Councillor Port Fatembo has called upon the church community in the country to continue working with government in ensuring that the education, health and economic sectors are met by the two institutions working closely.
The church has grown from strength to strength by the grace of God. The story of 1965 would not have been believed by many, and today it is evident enough that the God has been faithful to us and has kept us together in this journey. May I take this opportunity to congratulate the clergy and the general membership of our great church for their contributions in the last 50 years of our existence.
I cannot be deputy mayor of the city na vantu akawalala Mfwiti Makuluku and vantu vachinja because of the work that UCZ has been doing for the past 50 years. And so you deserve commendation. This is very, very, very important, and as a city we acknowledge what you are doing.
And now the ballot papers for the presidential by-elections that were expected in the country around 14:30 hours are now expected to arrive in the country around 22 hours at the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport. According to ECZ officials at the airport, the delay of the ballot papers is as a result of the failure by the plane to take off at the scheduled time. The plane is now scheduled to take off from South Africa at 19 hours and will arrive in Lusaka around 21 hours. ECZ chartered an Ethiopian airline cargo plane. The ballot papers were printed in South Africa by Rainform Printing Solutions, a company that has been contracted by the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ. The process of printing ballot papers by Rainform Printing Solutions was witnessed by all stakeholders, including political party representatives, church, media, and civil society. Police in Solwezi have recovered 584 green national registration cards, NRCs, from Senior Chief Musele, who has been keeping them for his subjects since 2008. Northwestern Province Police Commissioner Eugene Sibote has disclosed that the traditional leader has allegedly been asking his subjects to pay 50 kwacha or give him a chicken for them to get back their respective NRCs. Mr. Sibote says the chief has not been arrested, but he surrenders the cards after being warned. He said some concerned members of the public reported the matter to the police, leading to the recovery of the NRCs. Mr. Sibote said the cards came into the chief's possession after the courts disposed of a case in which a local headman was challenging Senior Chief Musele. The headman had collected the NRCs to facilitate the removal of his chiefdom's names from the cards. Acting President Guy Scott says government will in the next 3 weeks further reduce the price of fuel following the continued fall of the oil prices on the global market. And Dr. Scott says the ruling Patriotic Front is slowly gaining popularity in the Northwestern Province. Dr. Scott said this in Solwezi yesterday after touring the Solwezi fuel depot, which government is constructing at a total cost of $34.5 million. He said the project is an example of serious infrastructure development by government. And Tazama Managing Director Davison Tawete says the 15,500-litre capacity fuel depot will be supplying to all marketing companies and the mines. You are watching Prime Television's main news bulletin. Just now we take another break, but still to come is international news. Stay tuned.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
Wow, I can't wait for the midterm break. I'll sleep the whole day.
I'll be doing the opposite, staying up all night and playing video games.
Wow, you two have big plans, eh? I'll be going back home where I registered so I can take part in the presidential election on the 20th of January.
Wow, Lisa, why are you such a boring dope? Why'd you bother about such things? Leave it to the old people. We're young.
And that's exactly why we should vote. We're the future of Zambia, and the elections will give us a chance to vote for a president of our own choice. And this president will also address issues that we face as youth.
Okay, but she has a point. Imagine if more young people voted, okay? Our leaders would then realize how important we are to the nation, and then solve more of our issues.
Well, you see, as much as I hate to admit it, I think you both, what I've said, makes a lot of sense.
I'm left with no choice but to consider it.
Vote in the presidential election on the 20th of January 2015, starting from 06 hours to 18 hours. Carry your voters and green national registration card to be able to vote. The Electoral Commission of Zambia. Your vote, your right, your voice. Support peaceful elections.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Boko Haram fighters are reported to have killed hundreds of people in a renewed assault after capturing a key town and military base in northeast Nigeria and at the weekend, local officials have said. The group's fighters initially captured the town of Baga and the headquarters of the multinational Joint Task Force, which is made of troops from Nigeria, Niger, and Chad on Saturday. At least 100 people were killed when the Boko Haram first took over the town on the edge of Lake Chad, the district head Abba Hassan said on Thursday. The fighters then razed several towns and villages in Borno State in the following days. Musa Buka, head of the Kukawa local government area, said the Boko Haram burnt to the ground all the 16 towns and villages, including Baga, Doran Baga, Mao 4, Mao 3, Kauyen Kuros, and Bandoram. A massive police operation is underway in northeast of Paris as they search for two suspects behind the killing of 12 people at a French magazine earlier in the week intensified, local media and the Interior Ministry have confirmed. Local media said witnesses reported on Friday a high-speed catch. I'll read that again. Local media said witnesses reported on Friday a high-speed car chase and gunshots as police chased the suspects on a French highway outside Paris. Interior Minister Bernard Cazeneuve confirmed that an operation was underway to neutralize the suspects as the massive manhunt appeared to be reaching a dramatic climax with helicopters buzzing overhead. The latest developments come as heavily armed anti-terrorism police swooped on residential areas of the town in an extensive manhunt for two brothers suspected of being behind killing, as the satirical weekly Charlie Hebdo. And finally, in sports news, Manchester City midfield star Yaya Toure was a fourth straight CAF African Footballer of the Year award for 2014 in Lagos on Thursday night. He thus equals the record of Cameroon's Samuel Eto'o, who has also scooped this award 4 times. The Ivory Coast keeper, 31, beat off the challenge of Gabon and Borussia Dortmund star Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Nigeria goalkeeper Vincent Enyama, who features for top French club Lyon. Yaya, who first won this prestigious award in 2011, led Manchester City to win the English Premier League title in the year under review, as well as qualified his country to the 2014 World Cup in Brazil. The vote was done by the coaches and technical directors of the 54 member countries of the Confederation of African Football, CAF. Well, for these plus many more on international stories, we monitored Al Jazeera.
Well, the only other report, and this has come from Storyful, who, so far as I'm aware, are pretty assiduous in checking things out, and they have reported that to Air France. We're very close to Charles de Gaulle Airport here. It's about 5 kilometers from Charles de Gaulle Airport, to the north of Paris. And they're saying because it's so close to the airport, 2 Air France planes aborted landings at Charles de Gaulle for fear that, presumably, that they might be targeted as well. Again, that's some concerns from me, but it has been reported. And it just shows exactly how difficult the authorities, even aviation authorities, let alone the police on the ground, regard the situation as being because of the heavily armed nature of the two suspects.
Oh, and also, Lawrence, I'm not sure if you're able, from your exact position, whether you're able to get a sense of the vicinity in which you are, but it's now there are some reports of schools being evacuated, schools in this region.
Voting is underway in Sri Lanka's presidential election. There are reports of a hand grenade explosion at a polling station in Jaffna in the north and voter intimidation at several booths. Incumbent President Mahinda Rajapaksa is hoping to win a third term in office.
To end the news, the headlines once again. Workers at Tiger Feed protest demanding better conditions of service. ECZ warns of prematurely ending election campaigns should political violence persist. Presidential ballot papers to arrive in Zambia tonight around 21 hours local time. And finally, in international news, Boko Haram kills hundreds in Nigeria raids. Well, thank you so much for your time. This has been Abigail Mtale. Pleasant viewing.
Hi, I was just checking up some information on the Electoral Commission of Zambia website. Did you know that the Electoral Commission of Zambia has set January 20th, 2015 as the date for the presidential election? Remember that in order to vote, you'll need your green national registration card and your voter's card. Voting is the constitutional right of every Zambian citizen. Exercise your right by voting for the presidential candidate of your choice on January 20th, 2015.
Vote in the presidential election on the 20th of January 2015, starting from 06 hours to 18 hours. Carry your voters and green national registration card to be able to vote. The Electoral Commission of Zambia. Your vote, your right, your voice. Support peaceful elections.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. ZESCO, powering the nation.